Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D, co-host of the GST Radio Show. Want to welcome you guys to tonight's show. Clint, you want to say hi?
What's going on out there, good people? Got a good show lined up for y'all tonight.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. J-Ro will not be joining us. He is trapped in the airport. So, J-Ro, we hope you get to where you're going tonight as the airport has promised. And definitely check in with us at some point this week, or later on today or tomorrow, and let us know you got there safely.
Yeah, I feel your pain, brother.
Nobody wants to be trapped in the airport or have a extremely delayed flight. So, real fun. But again, we want to welcome you tonight to tonight's show. Today is December 22nd. We are a couple days away from Christmas, and this is our Christmas show and current events. And we're going to talk about Christmas and Kwanzaa tonight, and we're going to talk about, as I said, different current events that have been happening in social media within the last week. So if you're listening right now, you are listening to blogtalkradio.com/GFT radio. Actually, you know what, Clint? I found out it's not a backslash, it's /. Yeah, so it's blogtalkradio.com/GFT radio show. Our website is gftradioshow.com. Like I said, if you guys want to join in the conversation tonight, you hear something you want to chime in, call us at 657-383-1155. You can also tweet us at GFT_radio. And tonight we will not be doing an after show. So, sorry, guys. I know you love our episodes because, it gets a little different. But, tonight we're going to kind of cut it short. So, Clint, where do you want to start first? You want to talk about the holidays or you want to talk about current events first?
I'm speaking some current events.
Yeah. Actually, it's been a lot going on in the media in the last week. I know you guys follow the news and everything. I was just telling Clint about Ivanka Trump being verbally attacked on the JetBlue flight. She got on a plane and basically a guy, was it both of them?
Yeah, it was two gay dudes. We chased her down on the plane, you feel me? They was tweeting about it at the same time and harassing her, telling her father was ruining the country. And, she had her kids with her and all. She was ignoring them, though. From what I read, they both got kicked off the flight or whatever.
Yeah, and I felt bad because, I get it, a lot of us don't like her dad, but, she had her kids with her, and then you got these people. How traumatizing is it for, not even, it's traumatizing. I forget her ages of her kids, but either way, they're, getting on a plane, getting ready to go where they need to go, and all of a sudden this person is yelling at these people are yelling at their mom, and, apparently it was basically they walked up on her. And she's trying to, ignore it and, distract her kids, but they're still, coming at her and, yelling all these things about her dad. And, they end up getting escorted off the flight. But it's that's crazy.
It's kind of, I understand where you're coming from, but she kind of put her kids in that position. She knows her celebrity. And she knows the ire that her celebrity brings, especially, from her father.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I understand you want to be just like a regular Joe Schmo, you know what I mean, and ingratiate yourself with the public, but you're going to run into that as well. More times than not, you're going to run into normal people, that you're going to run into people like that, you feel me, who don't care, who are just, as ignorant as the person who they're trying to, disparage. They're trying to disparage her father for some of the things, I guess they feel disgusted about what he did, or what he said, but they're no better, you feel me, for doing that to her. But, she should know that she's going to run into those type of people.
Yeah, but apparently I'm reading it, and it says, the guy whose last name is Goldstein, what's his first name? Dan Goldstein, was holding a child in his arms.
Yeah,
as he was screaming at her. Like, not only is she with her kid, you have a kid with you, at least one that we know of. And you're screaming at this lady as you're holding, like, your kid is probably terrified, too. And I get it. Not everybody likes you. Said a lot of fucked up shit to people, and just said they basically came at every race, nationality, everything. He came at pretty much everybody at some point. It said something about them, negative. And I get it. You're upset. And to a certain extent, I kind of agree. She kind of knows that kind of comes to the territory of her dad being who he is and being the type of person that he portrays himself to be in the media or how he is normally. Well, whatever. But it's still like you have to have some type of, I get that we're frustrated, but that doesn't mean go yell at this lady while you have a kid in your arms, no less, as she's trying to guide her kids and get on a plane. Like, they didn't even get to leave. Like, all they were doing was boarding a plane.
Yep.
Like, you didn't get to, like, it's just, like, it was just, I mean, I get it. I agree to a certain extent, but it's just like, really?
Yeah, he was doing too much. He was doing too much. Like, you know, I'm not absolving him from any wrongdoing, but, you know, he was doing way too much. He needs to sit his little queer ass down somewhere.
Yeah, that's me. But apparently this guy, you just mean Matthew, is the husband of the guy that, you know, they both got kicked off and everything. He basically really does not like Trump. And I get it, you don't like Trump. Everybody's passionate. People don't like Hillary. People don't like Obama. You know, the list goes on. We don't like a lot of people. But that doesn't justify you walking up on somebody and, you know, harassing them. And, like, apparently they were tweeting out the whole time.
Exactly. Now let me ask you this. Now, what if somebody walked up on him and his partner, you feel me, and they start screaming on him like, man, y'all the ones that's destroying this country. Y'all gay, y'all got kids. You feel me? Yeah, he would be outraged. So at the end of the day, like, I mean, like, I don't got, you feel me, I don't got no respect for him. You feel me? But my only point is, she got, I hope that was an eye-opener for her.
Yeah.
You know that she's going to catch some backlash from the public because they don't like her father.
Yeah.
You know, and it is what it is. It's just going to happen that way. No way around it. I mean, but, you know, him, you feel me, if you got the kids involved, that's a little bit, that's, you know, you're doing too much, bro. You're doing too much.
But that's one of the things that, like, on news once I got home that happened. I definitely want to discuss two things. The first one, the guy in Berlin that ran the truck into the market, the holiday market, and killed I think he killed about 12 people, injured quite a few. And that I think they're still looking for him. And he was he's escaping. They're trying to find out who's maybe helping this guy hide. They're also trying to find out they're trying to, like, they apparently he's been on a terror watch list, and he's been on a list in Germany as a person that's, you know, to be looked upon because, you know, he's associated with ISIS.
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm trying to fit. You said it was, at least 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Entering 50 others.
Yeah.
Damn.
They said that he was he's linked. They said he could be very linked to ISIS, and it's just crazy. Like he ran his truck, and if you see like the pictures, if you go online and look at these pictures of what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, and they said they were doing the manhunt. They found the wrong person and kind of linked this person to the truck, and the guy had a link to the truck, so they ended up arresting the wrong person. And they found out who the person was.
Mhm.
And they're looking for him, and it's just crazy. Like, I don't, like, this is like, you look at all the different things that happen throughout the country with people, you know, and they said that ISIS promotes, like, stuff like that because something happened. What was before? I forget where it was. I mean, it might have been Paris. Not just the Paris attack, but it was another vehicle attack where people were in a space and a vehicle came crashing in and killing people.
Yep. That happened early. That happened during this summer.
Yeah, but I forget where exactly it was. It's escaping me right now. But this is like, apparently it's that ISIS is known for doing this, and they were talking about how ISIL is recruiting people through social media platforms and things like that. And so you kind of, you know, and they're getting like homegrown terrorists that like grew up. They're not even Muslim. Some of them are not even Muslim. And I don't think this guy was Muslim. I'm not sure. But like they're getting these people, and they're like getting non-Muslim people to attack these people by, you know, different ways, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm reading a little thing now. They're saying ISIS claims it inspired the truck assault.
Mhm.
You know, yeah. The other one was in Nice, France.
Yeah, I knew it was somewhere in France.
Yeah, and at least 84 dead.
This is crazy.
Yeah, man. I remember that vividly. That was the same day. I think that's the same day, I believe. Donald Trump announced his vice president.
Probably was.
It was the same day he announced it. I think it happened that night over there.
Yeah.
I remember that vividly. Like, wow, man.
Yeah, they said that this car actually traveled maybe about 50 feet and, like, just tore it up and hit several people.
Yeah, man. I don't understand, like, how you think killing innocent people is going to spread your message. But
they said security officials had warned Germans about this, a terrorist attack. They didn't say any specifics, but they were telling them, you know, they were warning them about how they, you know, because that's what ISIS promotes, to get like stuff like where it's like, you know, like you know, in New York they have the tree in Rockefeller Center. That's a known attraction that people visit. There's always people there looking at that. And they were saying, like, it's places like that they want to attack. That's where it's more people, where it's the area, like, it's not, like, high tourism or people that come out and view those type of things. Like, this was the Christmas market, and, you know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's sort of like, I don't know what can, you know, I guess you could compare it to when, you know, Japan used to do the kamikaze.
Mm-hmm.
Fly their plane, sacrifice their life. You know what I mean? I guess that's what they're doing. They're trying to be martyrs or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they said after traveling at least 550 yards, striking scores of people and leaving behind a trail of shattered wood and glass, the truck swerved back towards the street, coming to a stop after it struck a few wooden structures. So, like, this car was just, oh, man.
Say that last
car. It was the truck, but it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy because you go out and try to enjoy yourself, and then something like that happens.
Yeah, like you just can't even take your kids nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what it's bad for. It's bad for the kids.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and it's gonna make them even worse when they get older because, you know, that trauma, how they gonna deal with stuff when they get it, you know, violence just increases more violence. It doesn't solve anything. It's killing innocent people now. I mean, I can't support that.
Yeah. It's just like it's sad because it's like the most they trying to get the most lives lost. They trying to get places that can have the most lives lost or the most people that are like hurt. Like you trying to devastate these areas, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh, and another thing, did you hear about the Mexico fireworks blast that destroyed the market? They had a market that basically was like that sold fireworks. It was for holiday stuff too.
It destroyed it?
Yeah, it was explosion. It was like 3 different separate explosions at this market. It killed 33 people and 12 people they can't find. So in Mexico, they were flying people to Texas. Like a lot of kids were injured. They were flying people over to to Texas to the burn unit. They said 46 people are hospitalized. 10 were injured minors, including one girl with burns over 90% of her body. They got people still looking for family members. And like they basically had it was like a market that they made, like this market in this field area, and they sold fireworks for the holiday.
Wow.
And people like looking for loved ones that they can't find. They're like missing.
And what's the name of Mexico?
Huh?
You said where at in Mexico?
Let me see. I can't. Topeka, Mexico. I'm saying it wrong. It's the Scorch Ground and Open Air San Pablito Fireworks Market in. I'm probably saying the name wrong, but it's Tultepec, Mexico. It happened on the 20th, 2 days ago.
Yeah, I see it now.
They said this is the third incident that happened in that area since 2005. It was an explosion.
San Pablito Market in Tultepec.
Well, there you go. You just said it way better than I could. I don't know.
You know I speak Spanish, so.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Like
Yeah, that's just among the safe fireworks. They're saying it's one of the safer fireworks markets in Latin America.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the pictures online.
Yeah,
wow.
you have to see. They have video. They have video of it. You can see. Like I watched the news this morning, and you can see the video. It's like 3 separate explosions in the same area, and when you see the pictures, it's oh man.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video now.
It's just crazy, and I feel bad for all those people. Like I mean, that wasn't a terrorist thing, but it's just still like
Mhm.
Something about losing people around the holidays is never good, and this situation. So now you got to go through all that, find people that are missing. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some unidentified bodies. It's
I want to talk about something though. I don't know if you really, I know I got a couple friends who listen to the show. They follow the conscious community, the Black conscious community.
Mm-hmm.
Online, you go on YouTube. It's a very popular Sinetta TV. He has a lot of conscious brothers on there. Pan-Africanist. He have just a lot of knowledgeable brothers on there disseminating information. They be having debates. They have like Black Hebrew Israelites battling Egyptologists. It's a real pro-Black thing. They just all, but they all come from different perspectives. But this past Saturday, they were supposed to have a debate, and it's real popular. These people, if you those who follow the conscious community know what it is. So they had a debate. It was supposed to be a debate this Saturday between a dude named Young Pharaoh and the General Sarasun Seti against the Amun Ra squad. But it got, a couple of days right before the debate, a whole lot of BS start happening as far as over the contracts, this, that, and the third. So, dude, Young Pharaoh felt like Sinetta gave him a BS contract, try to steal all his intellectual property or whatever. The reason why I bring this up is, Sinetta, he ended up still going on with the debate, and it's online. And when you look at it, some of the footage online, and you see it was still kind of chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
And then these dudes was doing live stream YouTube videos back and forth about each other, and they were cussing and they calling each other niggas, talking about what they're going to do. And I'm like, hold on. You feel me? You trying to uplift black people, right? That's your mission. Y'all trying to give us a history that we don't learn. That's why I really rock with them, because they give us our history that we don't learn in school. You feel me? Especially about Kemet, which is Egypt. But they call it Kemet because that was the name they had back in the day. So y'all trying to give out all this information, but when y'all presenting yourselves online, y'all not going to attract, new young brothers to come listen to y'all because y'all acting so crazy. Like, it's so chaotic. And it's like, damn, you're always talking about what the white man's doing to the black man, but we making ourselves look bad right here. You feel me? We're attacking each other. Oh my goodness. To those who watch, go Sinetta TV and go to his videos on YouTube, and you can see some of the chaos, some of the videos he deleted. Sarah Suit and Seti, I Am Brother Polite. Brother Polite is very popular now. And he's going through his stuff now. He feel like, the black community turning on him. Like, it's crazy. It's like damn. Because
they were on the same page, and now they're just going.
Yeah, it's like everybody want to be the top dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody want to be Malcolm. Everybody want to be Martin. You feel me? So it's like it's like crabs in a bucket.
Yeah.
And they pulling each other down. If they all come together, even if they don't agree, if they all come together, they can make a humongous change in the black community. Because these dudes are smart and they got so much knowledge, and like the conscious community itself got a lot of scholarship in it. A lot of scholars in it. But, the way they go about it, is real. It's too hood. It's like instead somebody tuning in to get some information, they might think they're watching a rap battle. They might think they're watching two rappers dissing each other. How y'all talking to each other?
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like, come on, man, have some decorum.
And that you could lose people by not staying on point like you're supposed to. You're trying to educate us, but y'all. How you gonna try to educate? And some people look at that like, especially when you want people that people look up to, or they follow you because they believe what you're doing, and then all of a sudden you just go down left with it. You lose people like that.
Like if I was to say you're not really in tune with the Cosmic community and what they do, so I'd be like, all right, Sonny, I want you to watch this with me. This live stream, these dudes, these brothers, they're intelligent. They're going to let you know about some of your African history, what I mean? More than just slavery. It's deeper than that. You be like, all right, cool. I'll check it out with you. And then when we turn on the live stream, it ain't nothing but cursing, going back and forth. So now you turned away like, what is this?
Yeah.
So now I can't even bring you in. I can't even tell you like, well, this is just a, this just a mishap right here. Yeah, they just having a bad day. You feel me? But then you go back the next day, and it's the same stuff. You You ever heard of the movie Hidden Colors?
Yeah, I heard of the movie Hidden Colors. I never watched it. I think my sister had it. She was telling me about it.
Yeah,
I never actually watched it.
I implore people to watch that. The brother, Tariq, he the one that produced it and directed it or whatever. He was just, he always promoting black power, black education, black economics, and all that stuff, and our history. But him himself, just this past, I think it was probably the Wednesday or Thursday, the last Wednesday or last Thursday. You ever heard of Tommy Sotomayor?
No. Now I feel like I should be knowing some stuff.
Yeah, you need to be on point. Especially because he do the podcast thing too. But he's a black brother, but he always coming at the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So he always disrespecting the sisters. He blame a lot of the ills in the black community on y'all. Like black woman is the problem. This is a black man. You feel me? And it's crazy because he got a lot of black women supporters. It's wild. It's wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was grabbing people by the pussy, and he got a lot of female votes too. So hey.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So anyway, you know, Tariq, you know, a lot of brothers in the conscious community, they don't rock with that. You know, they don't rock with that. So him and the brother Tariq, who the producer and the director of Hidden Colors, I guess some time ago, him and Tommy Sotomayor got into it. And then, you know, threats was going back and forth. I'm going to kill you. You can't come out here. You know, these is educated brothers.
Yeah.
You feel me? These ain't no gang members or no thugs on the street. Educated brothers talking to each other like this. You know what I mean? So he runs up on him doing Tariq runs up on Tariq Nasheed. He runs up on Tommy Sotomayor doing an interview with DJ Vlad. And he called the boy, he called him crispy and all this. What you going to do? You got the camera on in his face. I posted it on my blog.
I definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, it's definitely on my blog. And, you know, and it was just like, damn. You feel me? Like, y'all bigger than that, first of all. You feel me? And now, but y'all belittling yourself and y'all losing credence to people acting that way.
Yeah.
You know, when people see that, you know, I'm like, man, they not trying to hear your information no more.
Exactly.
Because you acting like a fool. Don't nobody, you may not be a fool, but if you acting like a fool, don't nobody want to listen to you. Exactly. Nobody going to listen to a fool.
Everybody not going to think the same way you think. It's all about agree to disagree.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, like, it was crazy. I was just, you know, a friend of mine, me and her was just talking. You know, not too many women are into the conscious thing. Black women, not too many black women. You feel me? It's rare to me. Like, she the only one I know who is, you know, into that, listen to it, you know what I mean? Make their own decisions off of it. Not too many. But it's plenty of sisters involved. That's what's crazy. There's plenty of sisters in the conscious community that be having that type of information and all that stuff. But, you know, you'll rarely find, you know, just walking down the street, talking to somebody and seeing if they're in tune with it. And 9 times out of 10, they're not. When they really need to be. Because that information is necessary.
Exactly. I agree. I know. I actually follow a couple of different blogs that are like pro-black, and they have they give a lot of information. Some of the stuff I read and I can agree with. Some of the stuff that kind of troubles me. Mm-hmm. And
shout out to our blog friend. Not to cut you off. Shout out to our blog friend, Kushite Prince.
You already know. I was just talking about he posts a lot of good stuff, and I always get on there and I come, I read with an open mind, and then I kind of ask questions. But I know from experience with his blog, commenting on certain things, you got people that, and I know I have to catch myself because when I comment or I read his blog, I read, I may not agree with everything that's being written, but I'll read the whole blog, and then I'll, follow along, and it's that's a good point there. I may disagree with one thing, and as soon as you go to comment, his commenters are at the ready. They are at the ready. It's like they're waiting for somebody to comment and say something crazy. What do you mean? And it's go, partner, back it up. I get it, and I agree with some of it. Just one part I don't agree with. It's just that's just me. I respect who wrote this, but I'm not I don't agree. You can't force me to agree with everything that's being written down. I'm pretty sure I write stuff that people don't agree with all the time. Or I might even say shit that people don't agree with. Do I force them to believe the way I want to believe? No. I'm gonna argue my point. You can either agree or not agree, and at the end of the day, you gotta respect it.
Fact.
So, but I do like reading his blog because it kind of opens my eyes to a lot of different things on certain issues to think of, and sometimes when I know he reshares or reblogs other people's posts on various different sites that he follows, And like some of the stuff, you kind of get it. It kind of come at it from a different angle that you didn't think about, and I like that.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and like I said, I like his blog. I would never say that I don't like his blog. I like his blog. Some of his commenters are a little strong in their opinions, and like that's their opinion. But you got to kind of read with an open mind and understand it. Especially like I said, I'll be the first to tell you I don't fall into line with a lot of things. I kind of think I have my own way of thinking. And like I said, I can take from what you said to me, understand it, and agree with to a certain extent. Some parts I may not agree with. Some parts I may read them like, you know what? Mm-hmm. Right. That's all point, And it's like, I didn't think about it that way. It makes me think about a lot of different things. But, it broadens your horizons and it understands and stuff. And I love his blog for sharing that type of information.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out to this guy first, yeah. Check his blog out. It is. He has a holistic one, too, where he talks about, the body and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think so. I think I got both the links on my blog, too. I think I also have it on GST Radio, too. So if I go to the website, just look up Kushite Prince. And I can't think of his holistic blog, too, but they're both there. So definitely check those out. Hold on. We have a caller. Did I put him on the line? I thought I did. Wait a minute. Push the goddamn button. Did I push it? Oh. Hey, caller. What's your name? Where are you from?
It's Willie Styles. Just calling in, checking you guys out, listening to the show.
Hey,
Willie. How you been, bro?
I've been good. Back from vacation. Just getting ready for the next couple of weeks. Everybody, being off. So.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live life.
Bro.
That's
you
all.
Stay on
live life.
I ain't mad at you.
I want to go with them. They always go places. They like they had fun too.
Mm-hmm.
we try.
What you think about what we was talking about?
Oh, I literally just called in and listened in. I just saw the email. I'm like, oh shoot, I got to check out the show. So I'm listening in to see what y'all talking about right now. So I'm totally unprepared. I'm totally surprised. What's up, listeners? Hopefully y'all are doing good out there.
Let me ask you something. Do you follow the conscious community, or do you know anything like have knowledge on the conscious community, the Black conscious community, like say like Brother Polite, stuff like that?
Right. Yeah, I'm not 100% familiar. The whole deal. My second oldest daughter, she's definitely into it. So she's always spitting knowledge to me and stuff, and I definitely listen out for whatever I can pick up and try to listen to, because I used to kind of be against it, like the whole idea of some of the stuff that that people be talking about. But then after waking up a little bit, I woke up enough to realize that the truth is out there, and there's some things that are being held from us, and so I definitely got a lot of respect now for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's the thing I was trying to explain. I was trying to get out was like a lot of people need to hear that information, but if you was to go online and look at some of the videos and the live streams of these guys and how it be so chaotic sometimes that it'll turn people away from trying to get that information. Yeah. Because you know what I mean, like I was saying, if you see somebody acting a fool, you're not trying to see how smart he is. You just see him acting a fool, and I don't want nothing to do with that. And he may not be a fool, but he acting like a fool right at this moment. So if you catch him at that moment, and it's the only moment you're gonna see him, you feel me?
Yeah, first impression is the last thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Which it shouldn't be, but it is. You feel me? But it's a fact.
Right.
It's a fact. So when somebody
it's about that impression, right? You get that first impression. So I mean, it goes a long way. And unfortunately, when you do get a chance to see it, it's because somebody's, either somebody else is pushing out the information or pushing out that image, or it's at a time when you don't understand why they're doing what they're doing, right? And I learned that too about what's the brother name? Oh man, y'all gonna kill me when I get this out. The Reverend Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton is like my number one example of this, is because I mean, for the longest, I just I only saw Al Sharpton in the media when something was going down, and he'd get out there, and he'd be in the streets talking stuff and all this, acting a fool, right? And I just didn't think he was worth his medal, right? Until he came to a conference I was at a few years ago, about 5 years ago. I was at a conference, and he was given or he was having a speech, but it was a discussion almost. He was just breaking it down, just things that we needed to understand as black people, things we need to understand as young leaders, and things we needed to do to kind of bring the community together. But the stuff he was talking about was so on point, and it was like the intelligence was just flowing out the brother, right? And so I was shocked, because I was like, I didn't realize he had that much good stuff to talk about and to say, and I was really, I felt bad, because all this time I had been judging him on the way he acted in those situations, and he even explained it then. He even explained, he's like basically, when he was in those situations, he'd have to act the fool to get the attention, right? To get the media attention, to get the people to listen. And, he's like, that when it's time to get down, right? And he's like, but when it's time to discuss, how we're going to lead these communities, how we're going to do this, it's like, this is when we're going to talk about X, Y, and Z. And he was breaking it down. And, man, it was like the light just went off. Like, wow, okay, it makes sense. But, unfortunately, people get that impression that he a fool and that he just played, he played a role for the cameras. But, like he was saying, sometimes you got to do that to get people attention. Sometimes you got to jump out there in order for people to see you. Other than that, people will ignore you, just like everybody else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We are invisible when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's our society. I mean, unfortunately, our society is ruled by that. We don't pay people attention until either they acting a fool, acting out of character, or exactly, or a threat to you or to themselves. That's the only time people pay attention. People don't pay attention any other time. We don't pay attention to people sitting next to us. We don't pay attention to. I mean, so you could do an experiment where you put a person in a room with like 20 people, and if everybody on their phone, you walk that person right through there and walk them back out, and they ask everybody, who was that person that walked in? They could all know the person. Now I bet you they wouldn't know who walked in, because most of them wouldn't have been paying attention. Yep. It's sad, but that's life. That's how. That's our society. We so into ourselves or into what we do, and we don't pay attention to our surroundings.
Yeah.
That's damn sure the truth. That's damn sure the truth. You feel me? And that's why people act the way they do sometimes for attention.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad.
That's like kids do it. If you don't pay attention to them, and they feel like only time pay attention to them is when they act bad. They're going to act bad, because the only time you're going to pay attention to them. You got to kind of pick and choose, I mean, but that's definitely, I definitely need to check it. I'm definitely, tomorrow I know if I get some downtime, I'm definitely going to check out those videos on your blog. I definitely want to see things, but I kind of want to, see it, and again, I kind of don't, because I want to see what you saw,
Well, if you go, let me shout out their YouTube channels, so you can, they got, so you can get a full grasp of all their videos and the knowledge they kick. Like I said, Sonetta TV. I Am Brother Polite. It's another one, Young Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I think it's a channel called Pharaoh Alive, Young Pharaoh. Another one is Cyrus, the General Cyrus Suit. And, you know, that's where you can start. That's where you can start. And then, you know, then they'll start naming people. There's another one, Prince York. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Malachi Z. York.
No.
His son, you know, he's another one that got information. You know, it's some good stuff as you get past the BS. You know, it's a lot of information. And then, you know, they'll hit you with a whole bunch of other names that, you know, who really do it. You know what I mean? The elders, Dr. Ben, people like that, you know, Marcus Garvey and all that.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of them get their knowledge started from them brothers, especially Dr. Ben. Yeah.
Okay. I'll definitely check it out. I think you guys definitely check that out. Because like I said, that's one thing I do like. I do like being put onto something that's going to be beneficial to what I need to know. And I like hearing and learning about new things, especially like opening your eyes to different things and learning about a lot of different things. Like you don't learn anything unless somebody pull your coattails to it and you know put you in the right direction that you willing to receive that information. But you know you have to come in with an open mind. I mean, you know, and I said exactly. I appreciate a lot of the different stuff. Like I said, I don't really get around to watching a lot of videos, but I do read. Like I said, I do follow Kushite Prince's blog, and I get a lot of information from there as well. You know, I like my little debates I have on there with people. It's Yeah. I mean, because you gotta. You come with your questions. You have your thoughts. You know, people have their strong opinions, but you can, you know, have your opinions too. But you know, at the end of the day, you gotta be real grown and agree to disagree at some times. You know.
Yeah.
But
Brother Willie, what you got going on for Christmas? You still on?
Yeah, actually, I don't really celebrate Christmas, but I do Kwanzaa, so I always do like a little dinner for the family to start off the Kwanzaa celebration, and we always have like a little potluck with all the family and friends coming over. So I'm gonna be doing that.
And that's crazy because you know it was funny because I actually did. We had my daughter's program that she's in, her college program that she's in. They talked about Kwanzaa, and like even sitting there, I learned something. You know, I heard about Kwanzaa pretty much most of my life, and I never really kind of jumped onto it because it was one of those things. And this is, I know people probably were like, "What? I mean, you crazy?" But you know, you see these things and it's like pro-black, and you're like, "Yeah, okay." Like this, I feel like they did something just because they didn't want to celebrate Christmas. You know, I'm glad that I was actually paying attention to what the celebration was about, and I got a little knowledge on that. I don't know everything, but I really want to know what it is. You know, I get the full understanding and the knowledge of it because I think it's cool. It's basically celebrating African pride and the culture. And, you know, all the good things about being a black person, and I like that. Because it's all about positivity, and I love that. So I thought about that. So I think next year I might really want to like embrace it and celebrate, and like do all the stuff because it's something for black people. And I realized too with the different cultures, like I celebrate Christmas. I don't believe in y'all laugh at me.
No.
I feel good. But no, but like I do Christmas, but I think that's something that I can learn, and I want to celebrate with my kids because I think it's something that they need to learn more about, and it's not like a widely celebrated holiday. I mean, it's not like I doubt it's ever gonna get to Christmas because it's not Christmas for a bunch of people, but this is just specifically something for black people, and black people don't have. Like we have our Black History Month, we have African Pride Festival and blah blah blah. But this is something like I feel like our people don't have like we don't really celebrate our heritage like we should. Like you got Spanish people have they different things they got going on. Italian people got their own things going on. The Irish got their things going on. You know, and we don't have this is something that's ours that we gotta take it, embrace it, and then just make it.
I agree with you.
And I like that.
I've never, me myself, I don't do Christmas neither, but I've never really done Kwanzaa either.
Mm-hmm.
So I really have to do my study on that because that sounds interesting to me. You know, I never really, like I'm like you. You know, I always heard about it through school. You feel me? The sayings, the days or whatever, but it never stuck with me.
Yeah.
It never stuck with me. So now I think like you, I'm gonna do my due diligence and learn more about it.
Yeah, because definitely for next year, I think that'll be cool to kind of, bring my own traditions to my little family and, explain. I mean, my daughter got a little information about it, but like she might be like us, not paying attention and don't care because it ain't Christmas and don't care about it. But I want her to have something for it's for Black people to celebrate and to be something that our people put together for us, and it's something positive that I don't think anybody can really tarnish it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I think that's a good thing, especially our kids now. Go ahead, Willie. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was something that that was one of the reasons we picked up on celebrating it because after most of with the kids going through school and seeing all the Christmas stuff and always all that stuff being pushed down your throat, like you said, we didn't have anything that we could say was legitimately ours as a Black people. And then when we started to learn about Kwanzaa, it was like, that's when the light bulb went off. Like, hey, we can embrace this and learn about it. And then when we found out how really deep it was in terms of learning about your culture, learning about not only being African American, but just being Black in America in general, and being a good citizen or a good person in your community. It's not only about Afrocentric, but it's about being a person in being a productive citizen in your community and uplifting your community. It definitely teaches you a lot, and kids. It's a great way to get kids kind of off of that whole materialistic thing of what Christmas has turned into, in my opinion. I know a lot of people, they kind of like that part of it, but, me, myself, I like that I've been able to give my kids those kind of values where they can sit back and say, I learned something different during this holiday season other than just gimme, that kind of thing. I mean, my kids, they really don't miss Christmas or anything because they never had it. But I know that it's something that's in front of them all the time. I mean, it's a constant, reminder. Everybody's always like, oh, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. What are you getting? And then they're like, I get my stuff all year long. Or I mean, we might give them a little something for their birthday or something, or we might give them a little something during a report card, but past that they just do stuff whenever, so they're not too concerned with trying to get a bunch of gifts on a specific day. So they trying to learn something on that specific day after that specific day. They about they pick up that book. We got a couple of different books they go through. They do projects. They do little arts and crafts, that kind of thing. And then during the dinner, we have them do a little presentation. We go through. My daughter, she's a avid, actress. She always wants to put on a play, so she always puts on a play with it. When the older kids were younger, they would just do a little song or do a little speech or whatever. So it's good to teach them those kind of values and those kind of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's definitely something that we could do as Black people is teach our kids more about Kwanzaa and learn it because it's something positive. So why not?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Exactly.
I'm definitely gonna get into it. Let me can I switch it up real quick and
switch it up.
Did y'all hear about the African Museum, the Smithsonian African American Museum?
Yes, I want to go there. We should go there.
I want to go there.
I actually went there. I went there a couple months ago. Yeah.
All right, so perfect. Oh, I'm glad. So that's perfect. Now, we were just talking about listening to people. Y'all heard of Dr. Umar Johnson?
I heard that name.
Yeah, he's another Pan-Africanist.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so he posted a YouTube video up the other day about him visiting, the museum.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was like, first of all, it costed him $540 million or something to build it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's like 6 floors. He said on the first floor it starts off with slavery or something like that. And he said, if you go through it, he's like 85% of black people gonna like it. He said, but like the 15%, he said gonna hate it. He said one of his main issues was like in the slavery part that they had a huge statue of I think he said Thomas Jefferson.
Oh,
Is
wow.
that right? Is that right, Willie?
I think that's I think that's what it was. Yeah.
He said he was like they just had a little thing plaster up about Nat Turner or whatever.
Oh,
he was like,
I heard something about it was a little bit. It wasn't that much with Nat Turner. I did hear that.
Yeah, he was like, how can you in an African American museum, how can your statue in the slavery part be Thomas Jefferson, a man who was a pedophile, slave owner, rapist, all of that. You have, but the hugest statue in that exhibit, in that part of the exhibit, is of him.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then he went on. He's like, they had a whole floor dedicated to like athletes. And he was like, I mean, like how? He was like, I respect and all that. He's like, but when I'm going to come and see about my history, and the betterment of my people, he's like, I don't think we should have a whole floor on athletes. What do you think about that, Willie?
I mean, the athlete part, I think he might have over-exaggerated. It wasn't a whole floor. It was part of the floor. It was a lot. I mean,
okay.
And then a couple of athletes had a couple of different exhibits. Like Muhammad Ali had like 2 exhibits. There was a strong influence of modern, like modern history in that portion. But the way the museum is set up, and actually what he made, I don't know if he forgot to mention this, but the slavery part was not. It wasn't just that statue. No, there's 3 floors dedicated to slavery. 3, not 1. It's 3.
Okay.
So you get a lot of information all kind of like thrown at you in like these little pods, right? And then like you walk up to them, and it's like maybe a picture, some artifacts. I mean, one thing I did learn that I didn't know was the influence of the Islamic community on some of the Middle history in terms of like the history between the freeing of the slaves up until I'm sorry, not the Reconstruction rather. I'm sorry, Reconstruction up until the World War. So there was a lot of influence there. I mean, between the things that they either had their hands in terms of proliferating, making it happen, to the other things that they helped just come along, in terms of lending their hand to it. I mean, it was so much to learn. I mean, it was like they had tons and tons of information on every floor. So the sheer amount of information is probably the most you'll see in any single location for African American history and even for modern culture. So the floor he's talking about though, it was a lot of it, but it was like I would say about half of the floor maybe. And then there was one part where I think it was a mesh of the sports and some other stuff going on, and so that's probably why he kind of didn't really see it past what it was, because more of the modern stuff. But I mean, the what they call it, the part about where the different wars and and the early Americas and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there was a whole floor dedicated to that. So there's a lot of information at that museum. You really got to see it for yourself. I mean, one person's, and if he did that video in 45 minutes, then you definitely didn't see enough, because it took me 3 hours to go through one floor.
Wow.
So you don't see that. You can't go to that museum in 45 minutes. It's impossible. It's surely impossible. Okay. So he didn't spend enough time.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it? Or do you have to go back to get a full understanding?
I would say it's a definite 9, just from what I saw, but I didn't get to see everything. Like I saw the first part of the slavery exhibit on that. It's like an ADC level, like, if I'm not mistaken. So I got to see the C level, which is the top level, and I just kind of took a glimpse in there, looked around, and then I went back upstairs because it was so crowded. So when I went upstairs, I did the history from when they freed the slaves up until, I think it was World War II, I believe. So that whole floor, and I did part of the what they call it, the kind of the modern history floor. I kind of ran through there because it was about time for it to close when I was in there. The food court was kind of nice. They had different different types of cultural food, soul food, things that we would see in the South, things we see in back in the day, that kind of stuff. They had a nice little selection of stuff. And then the what they call it, I think it's called the genealogy area. I didn't go in there, but there were people that I was with at that time. They went in there. And they said it was a really nice kind of setup where you could kind of do some genealogy research right there in the museum, and they had a whole floor dedicated to that. So it's a lot. It's like 7 or 8 different floors the way it's set up, because it's just stacked on stacked. So it takes a while to get in there. So it's definitely one of those things you want to plan ahead.
Yeah. What'd you say, Sonny?
I said definitely gotta make a trip down there, because I want to take my daughter. At least I know my son is too young to understand, but I want to definitely take my daughter and check that out. I think it'll be a good educational thing to go to.
Yeah, I want to check it out too. I'm definitely eager. That's one trip I'm gonna knock out in 2017.
Yes. So we're about to wrap up tonight's show, guys. We're doing after show.
Say that again, Willie.
I said, I'm definitely going back and taking my kids.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is a good kind of show. I think we got a lot in tonight. Thank you, Willie, for calling in and just dropping some insight on, especially about that museum. I definitely want to check it out. I know Clint want to go too.
Yeah. I'm so happy. That was perfect. I'm glad he called in.
Yeah. We got a lot of information in this episode, but thank you guys for tuning in. You guys want to give out the info? Willie, you want to go first?
Sure. As always, this is Willie Styles, Styles with a Z. You can catch me at Willie Styles on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Willie.Styles on Snapchat. My website is AskWillieStyles.com. Yeah, I'm on Snapchat. Oh, you on Snapchat too? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look you up then. I'm still new to it. It's not a lot for me on there. It's kind of quiet. So I check it out every now and then. Got a picture on there and whatnot. Not into those filters. Right. That's for females. So.
Okay, you want to give out the info?
Yeah, y'all can hit me up. Y'all can hit me up at on my blog site at akingstruth.com. You can catch me on Snapchat as well at A King's Truth. Twitter at eTrentonGroomy. Holla at us.
And J-Ro is J-Ro609 everywhere. Get social, he's there. And of course, I am Sunny_D on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat now. Find me. I'm there. My blog is unreservedlyme.wordpress.com. You can follow me there, but definitely follow our website, gftradioshow.com. We also have a Twitter and Instagram for our podcast, which is GFT_radio on both Twitter and Instagram. Like our Facebook page, GFT Radio. Follow our YouTube channel, GFT Radio. You can email us, gftradioshow@gmail.com, so you can hit us up with any topic ideas or any comments you want to leave us. Am I leaving anything out?
Nah, it's perfect. Oh, well, we see y'all in 14 days. Because next week
we're off.
Yeah, next week we're off.
We gotta get ready for New Year's. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm trying to find something to do. But Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year. All right. See you guys next year.
Yeah, see y'all next year.
Bye.
All right, see y'all next year. Holla.
All right, Willie.
Bye, Willie.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
All right.